Okay, so here we are on Old Stage. I'll do a little video on the trees. So on the primary, whatever it is, 2 or 3 acre parcel where the house is, it's primarily redwoods, fairly big ones, some fir at the back end of the parcel, and the acreage goes through there. So that's where the ravine is and the intermittent creek, and it's mostly redwood. And that's the neighbor's property there. But on this property, again, pretty darn big redwoods, and then turning into mixed forest with, right in my visual line of sight, looks like at least 80% redwood and maybe 20% fir. Okay, and now we'll head to the 20 acres. Okay, so I'm still on the developed parcel, the back end, and right up along the property line. And now we have a fair amount of scrub oak and younger fir trees. And if you look through there, you see more redwoods. That's where the ravine is. This is the old driveway out. So if you look at the map, you'll see that the main developed parcel has this tail that goes out, and that's what this section is. It's that old road that connects to Pelican Lane. And it's only, 200 feet beyond that fence. And there's a nice, a little overgrown, but still a solid road that winds all the way through the 20 acres. And the property line is, I'm going to say, estimating around 20 feet to my right. And this road more or less skirts the property boundary on the upper side anyway. Then it cuts in through the middle and back to the main paved driveway. Ouch. Okay, so where are we? Here, okay. Wow, there it is, Bing. We assume that is the property marker, and it does match up with my satellite related mapping software pretty close as well. So I believe we're now entering the 20 acres. And so here at the border, some old growth fir looks like there. That's a pretty old one, pretty big. Some more fir, not as old. Beautiful old oak. I don't know what species it is. And these scrub oaks, or maybe chinkapins through here. Okay, so that you don't get completely bored, I'll come back in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back. I don't know, I think I went about 400 feet just to give you a little sense of the interior of the 20 acres. There's some, looks like a little oak that fell over. Beautiful redwood over there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again just to show, how wide this road is. It was probably an old skid road when they did logging back here. Some of the old title documents that they've removed because they weren't relevant anymore went all the way back to about 1912, related to extraction roads and railroad easements and all sorts of weird stuff. And this little section here looks like mostly oak of different species. Some really big ones. Beautiful. And somewhere, I'm not entirely clear, I'm just going to say, because this road does follow it pretty closely. So we'll just say, just like before, probably about 20 feet or so, maybe 30, running along the right side of the road. Okay, I'll stop boring you. Okay, so now we've gotten past that center section, and now I'm seeing more redwoods popping up again. There's a gorgeous one right there, really tall, and mature oak everywhere. More redwood back in there. So other than the fact that there are, some fallen trees and branches here and there, this road probably has not been touched for a cleanup or any kind of repair work for, I'm going to guess, for at least 30 years. And it's still in really good shape, other than needing some cleanup. It's really quite remarkable. So here's another cluster of redwoods. Another cluster of redwoods. These are younger, but still beautiful. And you can see the old stumps from the last time it was logged. They've got some char on them. That means probably from the fire in, I think it was 1953, so it's been a while. Which may give one a sense of how old these relatively small redwoods are. And so here-ish, the property pushes all the way down to Old Stage Road. But this road curves back in and hits the driveway above Old Stage Road. And here's another downed tree. Okay, I'm going to find my way over through, and I'll see you on the other side. So I'm on my detour around that tree, and notice this cluster of really old, beautiful oaks that are covered in moss. Very nice. All right, I made it to the other side. That's what I was getting around. And now we're back into an area that's predominantly redwood. Second growth, and assuming that where the old growth was taken out and the new sprouts came up, these are probably around that same age, meaning logging probably happened in the 50s, at least in this section. And here's an enormous fir tree. Holy moly. More redwood, more redwoods over there. And through there. And here's a beautiful spot. More redwoods, an old growth stump, and all the babies that have come up. Same thing down there. This one looks pretty old, but probably wasn't primed since it had that defect at the bottom. And a drainage way creek running through here. More redwoods. Ooh, another really big fir tree. oak. Okay, we're getting pretty close to where we meet up at the driveway, and I saw this little cluster with some char on it. And again, the last fire I know that came through here was, I believe, 1953. Could be wrong by a few years, but right around there. So redwood, lots and lots of oak. Okay, here's something special. Here's an old growth redwood, and it still has the steps. Wow. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're about, I'm going to say 300 feet from the driveway. So last look, another grove of redwoods there, oak. I see some fir back there, lots and lots and lots of oak, and then younger redwoods here. And then this is the part, again, that goes all the way down to Old Stage Road. And from what I'm looking at, it appears it's just more of the same. A lot of oaks, some younger redwoods, and fir in that section. And if you can see that little bit of gray through there, that's the house. And here's the driveway, shared with just one other neighbor. So here's your neighborhood view. Driveway down to Old Stage. And this takes us up to the house. More redwoods. And there's the house and the first cluster of redwoods we looked at. Okay, hopefully this helps.